All right, you are welcome to geometry analysis. At this particular section, we are going to look at how to landmark our database in 2D dimensional database. 2D data set. So, first thing I want to quickly do now is to introduce also the data set first, and how to acquire it as well, so that you can also go ahead and acquire it by yourself, because I will not put it there because of the policy signed with along with it. So you can go online to download it. To be looking at a 2D data set actually. So go to this web page, MR2 Face Database. From here you can download the data set. Contain 3 major races: Africa, Asia, and Europe. Okay, so there are 74 data sets, 74 images. So you can download all of them to make your data better. I just download I use few of them. If you see my listing here, you can see that I have because it's Africa. See Africa faces here. All right. See Asia faces here. Okay. Also, the European faces, I use 20 of each. 20 of each. Yes. So I use 20 of each. So you can also go ahead and do the same. Download yours. Then try to see how to follow up the data, the tutorial or the lecture. Then you can be able to do it on your own. So, or you can use any other data set you like. Any images you already have, you can group them in order to at least to do have multi-races, or any object, any species you have, you can use along the tutorial. So let's see how it look like. If you look, we want to landmark the face. First and foremost, I want you to see the structure of the landmark. We want to use these are 22 landmarks actually. So you can see where they are here and their description here, so that when you are landmarking, you'll be able to know the first one, the second one. You see endocarton left, and we also have exocarton right left as well. That is number 2, right? So we have 3 supraorbital left and infraorbital left for 3 and 4. So 1, 2, and we also have 3, 4. All right. Okay, so it's a sample. It's a sample actually. It's a sample. You can just try to do your own the way you think that it's okay for you. So then we also have the same thing for right, and we also have other data set like Nason, which is here. Nason here we have pronace, we have subnace, we have alare left and alare right. We have other one Chelion, and the rest of them you can see all of the data set here. Naton, Gonion, Zagion, Gonion. We have Gonion left, right. This one Gonion right. So this is 21. It's 21. It's right. This one is left. Left. All right. So this is for 18. 18 is 18 here. Sorry. That's a naton, not union. That's naton. That's a naton. It doesn't have left. So sorry for that. Naton. So we have only gonion right. Okay, we have gonion left. So this one is left too. But naton have nothing left. So it is it here. So now you can locate this point. They are biological points or anatomical points that you can use. Okay, you can use on your own data set as well. So you can locate it and check it if you can follow up with it. So that is that for data set description. You can go ahead and digitize your faces as we go along using the 2-dimensional method. All right, so let's quickly see how to digitize. So data sets will be taking. You have to create what is called a directory. Your working directory must be created. You can use what they call it now, RStudio to make your work easier and faster. You can also use RGBI, normal GUIR. So let's have to install Geomorph if you have not, but because I've installed, I don't need to install afresh, so I just call the library. Okay. All right. So I've already installed, so I don't need to install afresh. So if you have not installed yet, just install Geomorph to start with. Then we set our library by creating a folder. All right. So let's set our library. Let's create a folder in our directory we want to use for this next class. Let's call it a Udemy class. So let's so all our files will be kept inside this place. Our images, everything, we're going to keep them inside there. So let's first copy those images and put them here first, then to do digitization first, then before we go further. So let's copy the images. I have them here. The images of Africa. Let me just class. So I'm going to copy that here. Just like the view by medium icons. So you can copy all of them. Just copy all of them here, all of them. Share. Copy all of them. All right. So we have our data set already in our folder. Our folder. So you can set your folder now. You can set the folder so that you can to say set open directory now. We have E or E. We have Udemy. Okay, Udemy class. Let's browse it. Let me see. Let's browse the directory. Let me see. Trying to It's supposed to be small letter, not a capital letter. It's a lowercase, not uppercase. I've typed it, now set working directory. So we have set our working directory to Udemy class now. So we can now access our data set now, the images we put there. So let's first do that quickly. Let's start by coding let's list it out. Let's expect to list the price. So we're going to use a grep function. All right. So we have a by PG. So this grep actually works for JPEG alone. So if you have your data in another file extension, you have to convert to JPEGs, because this method I'm using only works for JPEG files. You can use it for other files by just converting it to JPEG. This method, you can upgrade this particular line for multiple extensions. All right. So let's now digitize. Digitize 2D. So our this thing now is specs. So we supply specs now to before we supply. Let's first look at the list of what we have. Let's see JPEG versions that we have. Let's say okay, specs. So there's nothing missing there. So there's something missing there. Supposed to be .jpeg. Okay, see that's it. So look at that. So .jpeg. I think that one's supposed to be JPEG small letter PG. All right. So sometimes you have to check this properly, because sometimes it may not give you correct one. So let's check specs again. All right. So we can see the JPEG file coming out now for Europe. So other versions, other ones are not JPEG; they're PNG. So that's need conversion to JPEG, and but let's start with this first and see what we can do with this. So let's digitize now. Digitize 2D. All right. So I'll show you a few examples, then we'll continue from there next time. So let me just digitize 2D now. We supply our specs now. Our specs. So number of landmark. Don't forget our landmark is 22 landmarks from what we just see now. So don't forget that 22 landmarks. We have the file you want to use, TPS file. So what you want to use, you give the name. Which name you want to supply? You can give the name you want. You can call it a name. So let's call it a TPS file. TPS file 2D. Let's give it that name. All right. So then multi on scale. Let's make this to false. All right. False. Then now we can verbose it to false also. Verbose. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have as error. I use argument. Let's see verbose. Okay. Small lowercase. This is very sensitive, so you can see that. So it's good when you do some mistake that you can know what the problem usually is. So go to small case later. All right, so let's see. This is our data set. You can see the image now. So we want to digitize. So before we do, you have to know what are you digitizing exactly in the faces. This is a facial digitization now. Okay, so we need to bring up our sample. You can see our sample here. It's very good to understand this. So you bring the sample. This is 1. You can see the first one 1, 2, 3, 4. It must be homologous. So if you are doing one here, everyone you have to do one for all of them. That is for homologousness of this digitization. It must correlate, it must align, it must make it homology. So now this is this one, this is also 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that is submassive, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you can see, so this is how it got to be on each faces, okay, on each face of the subject. So you don't need to, so if anytime you mix them together, then you are going to be a problem. So you have to do afresh, that particular subject afresh. So let's try and see what I'm talking about. So here now, do one, the first one here now, one, and see. So I'm looking at, so you can be looking at it to make it easier. So I'm looking at it now. I do one here now. All right. So let me just hold on. I'm trying to see so that I can bring it out so that you can be able to follow properly, that it can stay here. Okay, you can see now. One, so this one now, this 2, this 3, this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? We have 12 here, 12, we have 13 here, so we have 14 here, 15 here, 16, trillion, 17, is 18, then we have 19, we have 20, we have 21, we have 22. So this first one is done now. So first, the next one automatically. So if you have done the first one automatically, to show you move to the next, it's asking you a question, continue to the next one, say yes. Just type Y, yes, press enter. To move to the next automatically. So this is how you do. So you move to the, so now you can do the same thing now for this. You can see. Don't mind the noise, okay? I just put it so that to show when it is digitizing, so you don't need to miss it. So if it's not, you know that it's not digitizing. So you don't need to put the noise there. So I just down for, I will stop the noise very soon. So I don't look at that anymore because I already know the position of the landmarks. But you need to do that several times in order to master the position. So if you know the position, then you don't need to do that anymore. So let's do one more. Yes. So that's how you have to do all of them one by one. I will show you the data now when we finish, because I've already done this. So I don't need to do afresh because of time. So I'm just showing you how to do so that you can follow up this tutorial in the class very easily. All right. So let's say no now. No, okay, I want to stop. No, let me say no. Okay, so that you can save for me. I can save all what I've done so far. So all this one I've done so far has been saved now. So let's go and look at it in our folder. Okay, let's go to our folder, Udemy class. Okay, so this is the file here. You can see the file here. You can right click on the file and open in either in your maybe your WordPad, your Notepad. So let's let this to Notepad plus, and see the file. So you can see the file here. So the landmark, 22 landmarks, X and Y. These are X coordinate, Y coordinate. You can see the name of the file is this one. So you can change the name later if you want to any name you want. You can change maybe 0102 if you like, but I'm removing this one. So these are you can see landmarks. So we only generate 4 now. So we're going to do that for all of them one by one. Don't forget this particular one need to be, you have to have demographic information for these subjects. Don't forget, these are Africa. You have to open Excel sheet and put there Africa. For example, look at this, so that when you finish, you can be able to know which one is Africa as you are finished. Because look at their names. See their names here. See their names. Okay. See their names. Their names showing this one W. The names come along with it. ID is their name, so you can know their names. So you can be able to know each one is female, each one is male. You can know AF, Africa female. Okay, African female, African female, African female. This one, African male, African male, African male, African male, African male. This one is Asia female, Asia female, Asia female, Asia female, Asia male, Asia male, Asia male, because I don't want to use A again, so I use S for Asia. All right. This one's W is Europe. It's white, so I use white instead of a W. So white female, white female, white female. Then also we have white male, white male, white male. So they have their numbers. The number is not necessarily to be a sequential. It can be some emission. So you have to know how to arrange them. So we have 20 of each set. So this is how to digitize your 2D. So in the next class I will show you how to arrange them in order, so that you'll be able to follow along the line. So I will see you in the next class as we organize our data that we have digitized. Thank you so much. I will see you next class. All right.